Now, this is the Honda Accord. It battles it out with the Toyota Camry as the best-selling car in the United States year after year. 1 year one wins, 1 year the other wins, and month to month it changes. Now, in Canada, we prefer slightly smaller cars, so the class below this are the best sellers, and the best seller in Canada for, I think it's almost 17 years in a row, is the Honda Civic. But this is the bigger brother, and even though it's not as big as it is in the United States in terms of sales, it's a very important car. And it's one of my favorites in this class for many, many reasons. The car we're looking at today is the Touring V6, the top of the line model at $35,000. And I'm here to tell you that this car, whether it's the Touring or the EXL V6, is in my opinion the Accord to get, and might even be a better buy than getting the TLX from Acura. You see, the TLX, that new entry from Acura, is built on the Honda Accord, and that means you get a lot of the same technology embedded in this car for less money than you do for the more premium brand. And in fact, it's not that much more premium when I show you the inside. On the outside, not going to go into too much detail because the car has been out for a few years now. If you want to go back and watch my 2013 Honda Accord review I did on the sport model, the 4-cylinder model, you can click on it and watch that. The car's been out for a few years, so you know the styling. It's a very handsome car. I parked it the other day. A friend of mine said, you know, that's a good looking car. The one thing I'll say about the design, it's not avant-garde, but it will age very well. It'll still look good years from now. Some edgy looking cars like the previous Sonata from Hyundai, they aged rather quickly. This is the top model, nice looking alloy wheels, nice headlight treatment. I like the dual exhaust tips around the back. Inside the trunk is the same on all models except for the hybrid. And the one thing about the trunk is it has a single pass-through. The seats don't split and fold like you do with some cars. It's the seat down or the seat up. It's all or nothing. But inside is a nice surprise. The one reason I think the top of the line V6 models, the EXL with Navi and this Touring, are definitely options instead of getting a base TLX from Acura is the inside. The fit and finish and the materials and the way it's all laid out is almost the same, to be honest with you. If you get the upper end trim levels, you get the 2 screens. One is the touch screen for the radio and for the phone, and the other one you use for all the other information. I'm kind of mixed on this one. It is like the Acura system, but I'm not a fan of that system. I prefer the lower end trim levels of the Accord that don't have 2 screens, just have one. That's one of the reasons why I like the current Acura RDX, is because it's only got 1 screen. I think this 2-screen system can be a little bit confusing. The rest of the dash is what I would call class leading. The materials around the buttons for the HVAC system, chrome around the cup holders, all this brushed aluminum, satin look, chrome, soft touch materials, nicely put together. It's all right at the very top. I think another company that's doing a very good job, and it might be as good as this, is Kia. Their interiors are very similar in the kinds of materials that they utilize. Also, the new Camry, the direct competitor to this, just got an update last year, and it's much better as well. The rest of the dash and the steering wheel, very easy to use. It's a big car as well. Back seat is big. The doors are very wide. I went to Home Depot and got a power washer in a huge box. I was able to open the door and slide it right onto the back seat. It wouldn't fit in the trunk, but it would in the back seat. So it's a roomy car. It's comfortable. It's very well designed. Higher trim levels like this one definitely eclipse, in my opinion, the new TLX from Acura. Now, one of the reasons why I like this Honda Accord so much is I believe it's just a good all-round car, like a good car on every single level. It handles particularly well. It's got independent suspension in the back. They changed it to McPherson strut front suspension in the front, getting away from the multi-link system they had before, but it's still a very good handling car. It's nicely designed, it's efficient when you want it to be, and it has good power. Now, this V6 model is a 3.5-liter V6 with 278 horsepower, and it's ultra smooth and refined. And the 278 horsepower goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission to the front wheels. Now let's talk about that for a moment. With the 4-cylinder, they've gone to a continuously variable transmission. With the higher-end Acura TLX, they've gone to either an 8-speed or a 9-speed. which gets a little busy when you're driving it. This is tried and true technology, V6 engine, 6-speed automatic transmission, smooth and refined. There can be a little bit of torque steer when you press on the accelerator very quickly, but you learn to modulate the power. A wonderful, wonderful car to cruise on the highway, so smooth and relaxed, and it can be efficient. There's a little eco button down here. You can click that, and the car takes over along with the cylinder management. It switches off some of the cylinders when you're cruising along. I was easily able to get 7 liters per 100 kilometers driving along the highway, and it's also smooth and effortless. It does a fantastic job. So if you're somebody that drives on the highway all the time, the V6 is not going to be a penalty when it comes to fuel. If, however, you do a lot of city driving, that 4-cylinder probably going to be a better option. So this car kind of sits in between the 4-cylinder and the Acura TLX as the sweet spot, just the right kind of car in my opinion. Now the top-end trim levels also get some advanced safety technology. They've got the lane departure warning system, which I switch off as soon as I get in the car because I find it annoying and hypersensitive. And then you get the forward collision mitigation system that gives you a warning. That I do like, and I do wish that every car had that as standard equipment. Because once in a while, when you're not paying attention, you're looking for your sunglasses or fumbling for your phone, the system will warn you. Now the base Honda Accord 4-cylinder comes with a direct injection 4-cylinder, and that's married to a continuously variable transmission. And there have been some complaints of vibration with that same drivetrain used in the CR-V, and some people don't like a continuously variable transmission. So that's one reason why this V6 with a tried and true 3.5 liter V6 married to a conventional 6-speed automatic might be the way to go. So this might be a better choice. Just throw in a really good set of winter tires and you're off to the races in a smooth, refined, bulletproof car that's been developed over many years and is a continuation of the older technology. And this isn't going to last. You can see that they're moving towards smaller turbo 4-cylinder engines with many manufacturers. It's only a matter of time before the Camry's V6 is replaced with a turbo 4 and the Accord's V6 is replaced with a turbo 4. So if you like this technology and like what it represents, now's the time to move before they refresh it. Pricing. Now the car I like in the 4-cylinder range is the Sport, starts around $25,000. Don't have to buy this top of the range touring model. You can go for the V6 EXL with Navi for $33,000. However, this top of range V6 model is just at $35,000. If you're shopping for a mid-size car, this one should be on your bucket list to try, and it's proven technology.